Hello.
Hello students, I am Ajay Gupta on behalf of Cambridge Public School, and today we are here. I am an English faculty and I am here to make you proficient in English. And today the syllabus, the topic that we will cover, that is tense. So let's start with the tense. So first of all, tell me what do you understand by tense? आप टेंस से क्या समझते हैं? Most of the time we find that students get confused with tense. They correlate it with time, but I will tell you that tense does not have to take anything with time. In fact, tense talks about time relation. So now you will ask, what is time relation? So I will explain that to you. But first, let me explain what we do in tense, what applications, how tense is applied in our language, in our grammar. So basically in tense, we learn to use the different verb forms. Any verb, any action that has been segregated into 5 forms: V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. And how we use them to express our feeling, our emotions in a better way. How we use them to articulate in such a way that our expressions are fully reached to the audience. So to use the different verb form is tense. We all learn about that in tense. So let me explain what is time relation, because most of the time students get confused with tense. They relate it to time. See, the concept of time is not a grammatical thing. If we leave grammar out, then also we know what is present, what is past, what is future. And before starting English grammar, the concept of the earliest people, they also knew the concept of time. They knew what is present, what is past. So time is not a grammatical concept. So we cannot relate tense with a time. In fact, we talk about time relation. So let's understand what is time relation. In tense also we study present tense, past tense, future tense. But let me give an example. If someone says, I am going to buy a car, to buy a car the next year. So here we can see that this sentence is in present tense. The verb form, that is also present, but the action, but the output of this sentence, that is talking about the future. The subject here, whatever is the subject, I is the subject here, he will buy the car in the next year. He is talking about the future, but the tense we are using here, that is present tense. So this is the concept of time relation. Let's elaborate it. Let's understand the concept of time relation in a subtle way. Let's take few sentences. Let's take a sentence from simple present continuous. He is playing. He is playing. So let's understand this sentence on timeline. So he is playing. Here V4 is used and the sentence is in present continuous or present progressive. So let's see the sentence on the timeline. So the action here is playing. So when was this action started? The subject is playing, but when did it start? Did it start in present time No, it's quite obvious that this action playing that was started in the past. वह खेल रहा है, तो खेलने की क्रिया ऑब्वियस है कि उसने थोड़े समय पहले स्टार्ट किया और वो प्रेजेंट तक वो खेलता रह रहा है. So the action started somewhere in the past, it came to present. और वो खेल रहा है, तो जाहिर सी बात है आने वाले फ्यूचर टाइम में भी थोड़ी देर तक वो खेलता रहेगा. So this action will continue up to the may continue up to the future also. Now let's take one more sentence that is from present perfect. He has played, वह खेल चुका है. Now let's draw this, understand this sentence on the timeline. वह खेल चुका है. The action here, खेलने की जो क्रिया है वो प्रेजेंट में क्या चालू है? नहीं. The action is not being done in the present. वह खेल चुका है. खेलने की प्रक्रिया पास्ट में खत्म हो चुकी. In the present time that action has been accomplished. वह खेल चुका है. उसने पास्ट टाइम में ही that action was accomplished, that action was completed, that action was done in the past. It did not even continue to the present. यह present तक भी नहीं आया. So this is the concept of time relation. And in tense we learn about these things. We learn about in tense. We learn to express our feeling in a better way. We can articulate in the best way by learning tense. And this is time relation. Now let's understand tense in a better way. We will segregate all the kinds of tense. Let's start with the present. There are three kinds: present tense, past tense, future tense. So we will segregate the kinds of present tense and we will try to understand the simple present tense, the first kind, simple present tense, in a better way. First let me write down the first kind in present tense, that is simple present, simple present or present indefinite. Or present indefinite. Second is present continuous or present progressive. Third is present perfect, and fourth is present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. So by the name itself we will learn the use and application of various tenses. So let's start with simple present tense. Simple present or present indefinite. So why it is called simple? Why it is called simple present or present indefinite? What we have to study under this topic, that is quite obvious from its name itself. Simple present in this tense, we will learn about the sentences that are simple. So what sentences are simple? Or present indefinite. What is indefinite? The time relation in this tense, that will be indefinite. There will not be any time relation in these sentences. Like simple present tense and present indefinite. We can understand this tense in 3 steps. So let's start with the first step. First step comprises use of is and are. Is and are. And in this sentence, by these helping words, we translate simple sentences. So what are simple sentences? Our evident question was, what are simple sentences? So simple sentences are those sentences that does not have any action. This is a pen. Is there any action? I am a boy. Is there any action? That is a mobile phone. Is there any action? No. So these are simple sentences. You may get confused by present continuous also. Okay? Because in present continuous also we use is, am, are as helping verb. But in present continuous there will be any action. He is playing is an action. But in simple present you will not find any action. The sentences will be in its simplest form. This is a pen, my pen is beautiful. This is a book, he is a boy, he is a player, he is a cricketer. Such sentences without action. So now you got what are called simple sentences. So for translating any simple sentences we will use is, am, are, these helping verbs. वह एक लड़का है. We can translate it by using these helping verbs. He is a boy. So in simple present or present indefinite we will use is, am, are. This is the first step. Now let's start with the second step. Second step comprises with those sentences that end with ta, te, ti sound. In our general life we use many sentences that end with ta, te, ti sound, like sir देखिए वो हमको मारता है. Generally you say this type of sentences. You use these sentences. सर वो मेरा टिफिन खा जाता है. Isn't it? You use these type of phrases, sentences, clauses. So those sentences that end with ta, te, ti sound, that is the second step. Ta, te, ti sound. And in second step, how we translate these sentences? To translate these sentences, we use V5 and V1. What is V5? When we add S or ES to any verb, it is V5. So, in second step, in first step, we learn about how to use is, am, are as helping verb. In second step, we will learn to use V5 and V1. For singular, we will use V5. For plural, we will use V1. What is V5, V1? Let's take an action, a verb, play. So play, it is in V1 form. Play is in V1 form, and play, if we add S or ES, it is V5. So in second step, we can understand simple present tense in its second step by using V5 and V1. So how do we use them? वह खेलता है, लड़का खेलता है. Boy plays. When the subject is singular, we use V5. When the subject is plural, we use V1. लड़के खेलते हैं. लड़के खेलते हैं. Boys play. This is V5. This is V1. So this is the second step. Now let's initiate with the third step. Third step is quite imperative, it's quite mandatory. Why? Because in third step we learn to use do and does. Let's take an example. वह खेलता है. So we have learned in our step 2 that how we will translate is वह खेलता है. He plays. But we can use do and does also. Does for singular, do for plural. He plays. Okay? So we can write this sentence as he does play. Like he does play also. He does, subject is singular. It is singular, so he does play. When we will use does or do, we will keep the verb form to its simplest. The verb will be V1. So he does play. Now you will ask me. Here we can see that he plays. We wrote he plays. That was rule number 2. And in rule number 3, step 3, we learned to use does. He does play. So you will ask that why will we use do or does? If we can structure a sentence only by V5 and V1, then what is the use of do and does? So do and does, we need do and does to make negative sentences and interrogative sentences. So we learn in step 3 we learn the use of do and does. If we वह लड़का खेलता है, make it negative. वह लड़का नहीं खेलता है. Then how we will structure the sentence? वह लड़का नहीं खेलता है. Then we will need to use do and does. वह लड़का नहीं खेलता है. That why does not play. बिना do does की सहायता से हम लोग निगेटिव और इंट्रोगेटिव नहीं बना पाए. That why does not play. Let's take an interrogative sentence. क्या वह खेलता है? क्या वह खेलता है? Does he play? क्या वे, let's take the subject plural. क्या वे खेलते हैं? Do they play? So this is all about simple present or present indefinite, and in these sentences we learn to translate, we learn to structure, we learn to articulate those sentences. Those are simple. What sentences are simple? Simple sentences are those sentences that will not accumulate verb, any action.
बच्चों का अगर हम बनाएंगे सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस को एक्सप्लेन किए